Hi everyone, this is your daily tarot reading for Monday the 2nd of April. Thanks for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. I hope you've had a really nice Easter break. I'm using the Thoth Tarot for today's reading. And if this is the first one of my readings that you're watching, I do a daily tarot reading for every day of the year. And the cards allow me to look at the energy that's in the atmosphere on that day. And by looking at the cards, it kind of specifies what the energy is about, and it shows you how you can use that to your advantage and what you can do to make the most of things. So we've got the 10 of Swords, which is ruin. Then we have the Tower, things blowing up. And then we have the Fool in reverse. So this looks kind of daunting and scary at first, but it really isn't. It's positive. First of all, the 10 of Swords is usually someone lying face down with a bunch of swords in his back, and it's really hitting rock bottom. It's letting your negative thoughts and ideas grind you into the ground and really just saying, give up hope, it's all finished. Everyone's turned against you, your own thoughts and your own mind has turned against you, your circumstances have all fallen apart, and you've really got to a place where you're incredibly unhappy and things are ruined. Now, that's really interesting because we all have an ego, and the ego wants us to be mildly miserable, so that we just kind of live these mediocre lives. It doesn't want us to be extremely miserable like this, because then we're forced to make changes in our lives. We can't go on just feeling terrible all the time. So what the ego does is usually it presents you with, whenever there's an opportunity for you to succeed or to do something really great, it presents messages like you're not good enough to do this, or you don't have the approval of your family, you can't do this by yourself, or you're not educated enough. It knows how to press your buttons to keep you from moving forward with your life and doing something that you really care about and something that really excites you. Now, this card, the 10 of Swords, really means that you get to a point in your life where you're looking at things and you're incredibly dissatisfied with how they are. And you look at it and you say, either the job is totally unacceptable and I am sick of it. You know, when you're working in a company and you go in every day and you don't like it, there's that one day that for whatever reason is the breaking point and you just walk out of the job and you just quit and you say, I've had enough. And it's interesting because in hindsight, when you look at those kind of situations, you think, why exactly on this day did it happen? And it's because of energy like this. You see things for what they are. You've had enough mild misery and it turns into really powerful misery, and you're forced to do something about it. The human spirit and your soul is not going to permit you to live in this unhappy kind of place, because you're a part of the universe, you're a perfect child of the Creator, and you're full of unconditional love, happiness, the ability to be free, to have joy in your life, to create wonderful, beautiful things, and to really live a dream life. Every one of us has that potential within us. So this is an opportunity to see your life and certain aspects of your life that are really negative and to say, enough is enough. I'm not going to do this anymore. My heart is breaking. And because I'm not going to do this anymore, I'm going to blow this situation up. That's what the Tower is. It's really taking the existing structure and just letting it go boom. And really just unraveling the structures that are in your life so that you can make space for something new. And we've got this eye of the universe here, the eye of the Creator. And what you're doing is you're seeing with the objective clarity of the divine. You're seeing your life not from the perspective of, oh, I hate this job, but I've got to keep doing it because I got to pay my bills. And if I don't keep paying my bills, then we're all in trouble. And I've got to put my feelings aside. Or this relationship is really terrible. it's making me ill physically. I just get so depressed. This other person keeps putting me down, but I've got to stay in this relationship because it's better than being alone, and I couldn't face being alone. It just would be too much. Instead of those kind of thoughts, you see things with your divine perspective and you say, this is not a situation which I'm supposed to be in. I have the potential to have a wonderful, loving relationship with a soulmate. I have the potential to work in a way that expresses who I am on the inside, and that's an expression of my soul, and that brings me joy and fulfillment and a sense of fun. So we've got the Fool in reverse here. You're no fool today. Very simply. The Fool is starting out, has no idea what he's doing, and he's just kind of going into the world and seeing what's happening. You're not starting today. You've been around, you know what's going on, you're seeing very, very clearly, and you're not having the wool pulled over your eyes, being tricked by the ego and saying, continue with this situation. It's not as bad as you think. Just power through it. Just, keep your head down and get on with it. No one cares if you're happy or not, because that's often how we think. Life isn't going to be a bowl of cherries all the time, so I might as well just accept this horrible job, this horrible relationship. But today the cards are saying enough is enough. You're not a fool. You know what it is you want. Listen to your feelings. Listen to your desires. Look at all this red and yellow. It's passion. It's what makes you happy. It's what gives you a sense of excitement and enthusiasm. So listen to what your guidance is telling you to do. What makes you feel alive? What gives you a sense of wonder? What gives you a sense that life is worth living? Allow that to rise to the surface. Look at it with your divine perspective and see, oh my goodness, I've been in the wrong job completely, or I have settled for a relationship that is totally unacceptable to me. And don't then blame yourself and go into beating yourself up, because that's another ego trap to keep you stuck. Forgive yourself for the wasted time. This is a process, it's not, some people are very lucky, and some people immediately know what they want to do at the age of 5, and they then study in that direction and they do it, and they have the whole plan laid out for them. But the rest of us, for most of us, we don't know what we want to do with our lives. And especially these days, there are so many options. 100 years ago, if your father was a baker, then it was up to you to take over the family business when your father passed away. So there weren't that many options to choose from. So these days, a lot of people just don't know what they're supposed to do with their lives. So forgive yourself for going into a situation that thought would work, or a situation that you thought would bring you security, or for whatever reason you went into it, and forgive yourself for the time that's now gone, and say, thank you for letting me see this clearly today, and giving me the courage and the power and the strength to do something about it and to unravel these structures so that I can transition into a working situation or a health situation or a relationship situation or a family situation that is more positive for me and that's more compatible with who I really am, and that makes me happy instead of torturing me on a daily basis and it just being mild torture. But for today, I see it for what it really is, and it's really enough. I've had it. So something is going to come to an end. You really see something in your life that you're no longer making excuses for, and you're just going to get rid of it. And this is a good decision. It's not foolish. It's not just taking an inappropriate risk just because you want to go on holiday all the time. It's not like that. You're taking your life very seriously, and you've got yourself stuck in a situation that doesn't serve you, and you're being given the power and the courage and the confidence and the energy to get yourself unstuck, because it takes a lot of chutzpah to kind of make these changes. Especially work, you know, if you're working in a job that as a telemarketer, for instance, and you don't enjoy it, but you've got 3 kids to feed, it's really difficult to say, I'm not doing this anymore. But even if you're in that situation, you have the potential to transition out of that job and into something new. So today, it may look like, if it is in the area of work, it may be that you start realizing that you can do something on the side and you start that. And then you transition out of the day job and into that new job over the next couple of weeks and months. Or if you're in a relationship situation that's really difficult, you start looking at a different place to live and you start to make plans to leave that situation and to transition into your own space where you're no longer with that person and no longer reliant on them. So it's the start of a better future that serves you in a positive way. So you have the practical energy to make those changes as a result of your vision. 10 and 16 is 26 and 0 is 26. So 2 and 6 is 8. 8 is about power. And that's what you're being given. You're being given the clarity and the vision and the perspective to see things as they really are, and then the power to make changes based on that vision. So I hope you have a really good, productive, and life-changing day today, and that you don't take these insights and just dismiss them and say, "Ugh, well, I hate it. What else is new? I've hated this for years, but I'm just going to keep torturing myself." Don't do that to yourself. You can have a wonderful life. We can have jobs that we enjoy. So, you know, I've heard people say, "Oh, well, no one likes their job." That is absolutely not true. There are millions and millions of people, including me, who love their job and who love what it is they're doing and who feel grateful every day that they can get up and do what they do for work. And you can be one of those people as well. So I hope you have a great day. If you would like a private reading with me to find out what your vocational aptitudes are or what your life purpose is, what's coming up for you in your love life, in your finances, in your health, in your relationships, or if you have any questions at all that you'd like me to answer, then get in touch with me for a private reading. The website is gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you get notified when new videos come out. And I'll speak to you tomorrow.